Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see this full face, go ahead and check out my previous video using all Physicians Formula products. Now, let's go ahead and wash this makeup off and put on a brand new face. Hello, what's up? Welcome back for another video. I am so excited to do this video for you guys. We're doing another brand new face. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. And if you've been with us before, welcome back. If you don't know what we do on this channel, I like to take one brand and one brand at a time and create a full face, a brand new face, testing out these products and these products only. So basically what that means is if the brand doesn't have a certain product, we just skip it. Everything going on our face is that one brand. So I'm super duper excited to be doing another brand new face. I am so excited for this brand that's sitting in front of us. So let's just dive in and introduce this brand because, ooh, I am so excited. The brand that we are going to be putting on our face today is Profusion. This is, I think they're a newer brand. They're at least newer to me. This year, maybe a little over a year, was the first that I heard of them. And before even looking at the website and researching and purchasing products and stuff, the first thing I noticed is just super affordable but very high quality looking products. And receiving these in, that still seems to be the case, as everything sitting in front of me looks so beautiful. So let's go over to the website and just see what the brand is all about. Okay, so on the website here, their about us is pretty short and simple, which is so nice. So the first thing it says is, allow yourself to be a beginner. Within 20 years of experience working with the best manufacturers in the makeup category, Profusion Cosmetics has mastered the art of makeup palettes and are changing the game when it comes to quality palettes at an affordable price. We are dedicated to innovating and perfecting each product from concept to creation to ensure that all collections meet the needs and desires of our customers. Our high-performance palettes are both fun and easy to use, so you can achieve quality results at any time, any place, with richly pigmented, long-wearing formulas and on-trend colorways. We hope to inspire creativity, vibrancy in your daily makeup routine. We want to encourage everyone from aspiring makeup artist to seasoned cosmetics enthusiast to play as they learn. Our products are cruelty-free and inclusively made for all. Even though that is such a short about us, I feel like there is so much being said in those two paragraphs. So first paragraph, yep, kind of even sets it off here still. Affordable makeup, but high quality. So very excited about that. And then in the second paragraph where they talk about richly pigmented, long-wearing formulas, trendy colorways, super excited to test out these eyeshadows here to see how that pigment and blendability is. Super duper excited. And then the last little sentence there about being cruelty-free. We love cruelty-free and then inclusively made for all. So curious to check out the shade range and things that they have, just to check out that inclusivity. So a lot being said in that small little paragraph, and I'm so excited about it. So let's just get started on the face here. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. Hope you guys enjoy that. I've been doing it in the last couple of videos. So let me know if you guys like where I zoom in just a little bit so you can see the eyes a little bit better. But let's zoom in and get started on the eyes. Actually, before we zoom in here, so we do have pretty much a full face. There's one product, setting powder, that I didn't technically find. I have a feeling that they might have some sort of face palette that is powders that could have been used for a setting powder, but I didn't purchase anything like that. And then the other thing that they do have, but they were sold out, I could not get my hands on, is a primer. and a setting spray. So we won't be priming, we won't be spraying the face down with any products because they were sold out, and we won't be setting the face down with any powder. So now let's zoom in and get started on the eyes. Okay, we're zoomed in here now. We're gonna start out on the eyes like we usually do and do concealer. Now for concealer, they don't have like a typical, like a tube with like a doe foot applicator. They don't have a concealer like that. They have like concealer and face palettes. Now there was one that I wanted to get, but it was sold out, but that's okay. They had another one here, and it is the Conceal Studio Icon Collection. So this guy right here, and I kept this plastic protection on it here because it is all cream products. So hopefully that'll kind of help keep those nice and creamy and not drying out. Here is what this guy looks like. So it's a full cream face palette that we're going to be using for concealing, and probably even before we put foundation on, we might even do like a whole under, like a sculpting thing on the face before we put foundation over top. But we're going to prime our eyes with concealer, so I'm going to use this lightest shade right here. I'm gonna apply that on the eye using a Laris, a flat shading brush. They're LR022 flat shading brush. Just kind of dip on in there and apply this to the eyes. And then after I've got some of that on, I am going to take a blender here and just smooth it out a little bit more. There are a couple of lines, but I also want to try to keep this nice and thin. So there is that lightest conceal shade on. I went very light with it, so I'm not sure how much coverage it is providing, but it does leave a very tacky base. So I think the eyeshadows are going to grip to this very, very well. There is a little bit of creasing happening from it here, so not sure how good of an eye base it would be for that. But there is the eyes primed. Now let's go into the eyeshadow palette. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for this eyeshadow palette. Profusion has so many eyeshadow palettes. It was so hard to choose which one we went with. I think I would have loved every single one, but I decided to go with this one, which is their Nude Bliss eyeshadow palette. Look at this beautiful eyeshadow palette. Ooh, and it comes with a brush here. And now just looking over the shadows, we have a good range of mattes. And then there's this one kind of like satin one right in the middle called Bridesmaid. Oh, Bridesmaid, so pretty. Called Bridesmaid. And then a couple of more like metallic shades. And then this pink glitter here called Captivate. My eye is drawn towards that pink glitter. But this looks so, so beautiful. And then it comes with this brush. And when I was preparing for this video yesterday and setting everything up, I instantly was like, this brush looks to be like really good quality. And I compared it to my M433 Morphe brush, which is like my favorite like eyeshadow blending brush. And I mean, they feel and look extremely, extremely similar. It's almost the same size, almost the same width to like the handles. The brush tip is obviously different hairs or whatever on the top, and this being a different color, but they feel so extremely similar, which just, this is such a good quality brush, the Morphe one, that I'm just like, is this gonna be good quality too? Because that would be fantastic. So excited that it includes this brush that appears to be just like really, really nice quality. So we are for sure gonna be using this today. Now, I need to think, because for the eyes, or for the eyeliner, I decided to get a colored eyeliner. Spoiler, we are using a purple eyeliner today, so I need to kind of keep that in mind. So I don't know if that means we're gonna go into these purples and stuff to kind of keep everything matching, or if we wanna like try something different. Let's go ahead and first dip into the shade here. I'll dip in the shade on the top here called Doll, and using that Profusion brush, and start blending this into our crease. using this as our transition shade. Things that I'm noticing just from blending this first shade in here so far is that base that we put down with that concealer is definitely very grippy. I can feel the tug a little bit as I'm blending the shadows on. They're still blending through really nicely, just kind of mentioning that. And then also that concealer that we put down, there is still some creasing that is taking place. Not a lot. I think that the shadows are going to smooth over and blend over that just fine. But there is that first shade laid down. I do want to deepen this up a little bit more. So I'm going to go into this shade here on the top called Tawny. Still using that Profusion brush. This Profusion brush working really, really well. And kind of just go over slightly lower, building up in the crease here. And just continuing to create our shape. All right, there are those two shades blended in so far. I feel that they're blending really, really nicely together. I'm liking how the base is looking here so far. I'm gonna deepen things up on the outer edge here just a little bit more. And we're gonna go into what looks to be the deepest shade in the palette on the bottom here called Cozy. Still using that same brush, dipping on in. And I'm just gonna start pressing this kind of just on the outer third first. And once I've got some darkness there, I'll start to kind of blend it into the crease, pull it out. Okay, now I am going to take a clean brush. This is the Morphe M5. This is the Morphe M573 brush, and just kind of blend over everything to make sure there's nothing too harsh. And then also with that Morphe brush, I'm going to dip into the lightest shade up here. Looks like there's a little bit of shimmer to it, but that's okay. Canva, and kind of just take that along the transition as well, just to kind of diffuse it slightly. Create a nice gradient. Now we need to figure out what we're doing on the lids. So I think what I want to do here is I want to start in the inner third of the eye with this pink shade, right here called Preppy. And then have that blend in to this purple shade here called Ethereal. And we'll see what that looks like. I'm just gonna use my finger here. And let's go ahead and swatch these first, Okay. So right here, that is Preppy. This is Ethereal. Let's go ahead, use our finger here and start putting Preppy in on the inner third. Okay, and now still using our finger, we're gonna dip into that Ethereal shade and start to blend that in more on the center. Now, I think I'm going to go back to our Profusion brush here and just deepen out this outer spot a tiny bit more. I think I'm gonna go in with one more shade there, but I just want it to be a little bit darker. And I think I wanna try, yes, let's do this one. I'm gonna take the shade here in the bottom middle called Studio, again on our finger. Here is that Studio shade swatch. That one is pretty. And I'm going to add that to the outer third to create a little darker out there, but still glittery. Here's what that's looking like so far. I think those are blending in with each other really, really nicely. They are a little bit more sheer and kind of topper-like, a little more than I expected. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more pigment coming off of them, but they are just kind of like a sheer, beautiful glitter. So I do like how they're blending. I do like how the eyes are looking here so far. Just not quite as punchy as I thought they were going to be. But I do want to use that glitter. So we are going to dip into Captivate here. Ooh, let's swatch this guy. Glitters never swatch very well. It does just seem to be a very, chunky but not uncomfortable solid pink glitter. I don't see much of any other colors in there other than just pink. So I'm gonna try to go somewhat lightly with it, but I'm just gonna press this on to the eyelids. Now, something that if we were able to get either the face primer or the setting spray, they did come in a bundle. They would have come in a bundle with an eyeshadow primer. And that was something I was actually really excited for. It would have been like a little bonus product for us to be able to use an eye primer. And that could have been really nice for something like this, a glitter, but that's okay. I don't use a lot of eye primers or like glitter primers anyways. That is okay. We are getting some fallout, but it's not a dramatic amount, I would say. Ooh, I love glitter. Okay, there are the upper lids here with the glitter. I think it's beautiful. I'm gonna take a wipe here now, try to clean up some of that glitter here and sharpen up the edge. All right, now let's dive into that eyeliner, the purple eyeliner. They also have a good amount of options for eyeliners on their site as well. I don't know what intrigued me to get a colored one. I just did. But the eyeliner we got here is the Bright Lights Neon Pastel Graphic Liners, and I went with their lavender shade. So let's see what this anticipates. A vivid pop of color to your look with this long wear bold liner. The fine tip applicator and easy glide formula will allow you to draw precise lines and transform your look from basic to bright in just one swipe. Universally flattering and perfect for everyone from beginners to pros. Okay, so here's what the packaging looks like. I like that it's more of this square kind of packaging, so it doesn't like roll around on your desk or anything. So there's that. They do have, for these bright light ones, they have 6 color options. They've got blue, like a bright pink, yellow, lavender, like a minty green, and a white. When opening this up, okay, it is a brush tip. That's what the applicator looks like. Let's just kind of draw a little bit on the back of our hand here and see what we think. Can't really see what I'm doing here, but I think I'm seeing some pigment. That is pigmented. I am worried with it being a brush applicator and the way it comes out here. It might be a little messy, but we shall see. And let's just go ahead and apply this on the eyes. Here's what we've got so far for one eye. It is cute, it is pretty. Of course, I'm not the best when it comes to winged liner. Things that I'm noticing right away is this took about 2 or 3 buildups or coats to get it to be this bright and vibrant and pigmented. So it does feel like it's laying on kind of heavy. The glitters underneath weren't too much of a problem, so that's nice. The applicator does stay at a pretty nice tip, but the product that comes out, it's I think kind of thick, so it still is a little bit gloppy, so even still hard to get nice thin defined lines. And the biggest thing I'm noticing, of course, I've got hooded eyes, is in my hood area here, it did bleed a little bit into my crease there, so that's not fun. And even when I like open and close my eye, you can kind of see it kind of sticking to itself a little bit, so I don't know if that's going to start to break apart quickly there. As it dries down, it does look to be a little bit darker. It is cute. It looks really cute. I would say up close, it is a little thick and kind of chunky looking, so not my favorite, but it still doesn't look too bad, I guess. So let's go ahead and do this to the other eye as well. There we go. The vibrant lavender eyeliner is applied. Again, it looks really... Try that again. Again, it looks really cute with the look. I like how it's looking. It does just feel a little heavy on the eyes. I can definitely feel it like sticking in the corners here where the hood of my lids comes down, and up close, it does just look a little thick. But the color is really, really pretty. I like the vibrancy of it. So that is the eyeliner. Let's go ahead and go into the mascara now. And for the mascara, we have the Faux Lash Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. Now I'm going to show you guys the packaging on this, and if any of you guys are older followers of mine, I want you to tell me if this packaging looks familiar to you. So here is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It has a very beautiful gold glitter gradients that comes down and a really fun geometric kind of shape to it. Very, very pretty. But does this look familiar? I intentionally bought this one. I think they had like 1 or 2 other mascara options, but I purposely bought this one because it looks like the Puder Puder. It looks like the Puder mascara that we used in that video. So I'll insert a little thing because I don't have the mascara anymore. I did end up decluttering it. That was a very natural looking mascara, so I'm curious to see how similar this is, if there's anything similar. Maybe not, maybe it's just the packaging, but I just like instantly was like, it's so similar. It's the same except for the Puder one had like silver glitter gradients. This one has a gold glitter gradients. So thought that was very interesting. So anyways, let's go ahead and curl our lashes and then apply the mascara. Ugh. I got liner on my eyelashes and it is making my lashes stick to my curler. Losing some of my lashes. Don't like that. Okay, lashes are curled. Let's take this mascara and try it out. So opening it up here, here is what the applicator looks like. It's more of a rubber silicone type applicator that starts with larger bristles and kind of narrows into smaller bristles. Not too large of an applicator, I would say. Let's go ahead and try it out. So that did take a little bit of time. I would say it is a very thin mascara. So this is probably about 3 coats built up on this one eye here so far. So hopefully you can see my teeny tiny baby lashes. But there is the one eye so far. I will go ahead and apply on the other eye now. There we go. There's the mascara applied on both the eyes. I do think that it is a very pretty mascara. I would say leaning on the natural side, but is buildable to create a little bit of volume, maybe not too much length. And I wouldn't say that my lashes are necessarily staying lifted. I'm gonna take a look at the website here real quick because I didn't read off the description to see what this is intended for. It says, take your lash game to the next level. It is a lengthening and volumizing mascara. Longwear formula. Lengthens and volumizes your lashes for a perfect day to night faux lash effect while keeping it clump free. And it is a vegan formula. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's clump free. I do really like that, which I think is what makes it very natural. Lengthen, not seeing a lot of that, but that's also a very hard thing for me to get with my teeny tiny baby lashes. And a little bit of volume. So I do like it. It's really pretty. I do typically go for something that brings a little bit more drama to these lashes just to kind of help them out a little bit more, but it is really, really pretty. So there is that so far. Let's zoom you out so we can keep working on the face. Okay, so we don't have a primer, so we won't be putting any primer on the face here. And I think what I want to do is I want to do like an under sculpting thing with like the conceal palette here and then put foundation over top. I think that could be a lot of fun to try out. So we are going to, before foundation, dip into this conceal palette again and do a little bit of shaping and sculpting and see how that works out. So very excited. So I think what I'm going to do then is let's start with the deepest contouring and kind of fill in from there, I think. So I'm gonna take, this is a older Sonia brush. It is a wide angle contour brush. And let's start first with this middle, second to deepest shade here. Dip our brush in there and start to apply contour. Okay, got the cheeks chiseled. Let's go on the forehead here. Take it down back here and then go under. I do think I want to go a little deeper with it and try out the deepest shade as well. The thing I'm noticing about this cream is it's not overly creamy feeling. It almost kind of has a little bit of a powdery feel to it as well. So it doesn't feel super harsh and intense. Kind of makes it a little bit softer when applying, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go into the deepest one here as well and just apply a little bit more of that, just in some of the other places where I want a little bit more shadow. Ooh, I should do a lip contour too. Oh, that could be fun. Okay, so I did recently also get a new Morphe brush, one of their vegan brushes, the V105. I watched Sophia, one of her videos, and she said that this is so good for like nose contour, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I don't do nose contour very often, but I was like, hey, let's get it for that. So I'm going to take that slightly lighter shade and try to contour my nose. Again, I don't really do this, but I guess I am today. Give ourselves a button nose. I don't know what I'm doing. And then just because we're here, I want to do a lip contour. So taking this all around the lip as well, because why not? Now let's add our lightest shade. So now taking the lightest shade here that we use to conceal and prep the eyes, I'm just gonna use the same brush. We're gonna go into the brightest areas. So I'm gonna take it to the center of the forehead here, go under the eyes, create our lift. Take this down the bridge of the nose and the chin. Okay, and then I could, if I wanted to, take an in-between shade and kind of fill the gaps from there, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do a rough blend of this, and then we will go in with the foundation. But here is our crazy contoured face. Not sure how good of a job I did or not, but we're gonna blend this out and see what it looks like. I'm going to use a little bit of it's not like a super dense, but I'm gonna use my Beauty Creation blender to blend this out, and then I'll probably use my Kokie blender for the foundation. The Beauty Creation is just barely a little bit more dense, and this guy's a little bit more soft. So I think this will be good for blending this out. And I'm gonna start with the lightest areas and blend those out. And then once that is roughly blended, I'll go into the darker spots. There is a rough blend of that. I feel like this stuff stays put in place pretty darn well. Like a lot of pushing had to be done to like soften this up, but you can clearly still tell it is there and in place. So that's kind of our under contour, under shadowing that we're gonna do. And now let's go into the foundation. And for foundation, we have their Feel Good Skin Hydrating Skin Perfector. Here is what the packaging looks like. And I got mine in the shade Fair 3. And now looking up on the website here, they currently show 12 shades available. They did mention in there about us about being inclusive. I would think you would want a couple more shades available. I would say 12 shades wouldn't be enough to be inclusive, but that's just my mini little take on that, I would say. So this is the foundation we're using today. 12 shades is not a lot, and I don't see that there is maybe a very good range between light and dark. But let's go ahead and open this up. It says here on the site, it is a satin finish skin perfector infused with hyaluronic acid, nice, and SPF 15, also nice, to keep your skin protected and hydrating, allowing your radiant glow from within. Vegan and cruelty-free, like all of our products. It is a luminous skin perfector, basically hyaluronic acid, SPF. And it says on the bottom here, medium to full coverage. I'm gonna try to have it lean more towards medium, so of course we can try to get some of our sculpting to come through. And opening it up here, it comes with a tube. I feel like this is actually really, really nice looking packaging. And I like the sleek bottle that it comes into. So I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of this on the back of my hand. It feels slightly thick, not super duper runny. Looks to be that there's gonna be some pretty decent coverage there. There was a little bit of that lavender eyeliner still in the back of my hand, and it just covered that up crazy. So I think coverage is gonna be good. A thicker feeling formula. I'm going to apply a little bit more of that to the back of my hand, and we will blend this in with our Kokie blender. Let's go ahead and just do one half of the face so we can see if any of our sculpting shows through. Okay, here it is applied on one half of the face. That finish looks super duper nice, and I think we did an okay job with the shade match. I would say that this is pretty close to a full coverage, and this is just one layer on so far. I don't feel that a lot of our sculpting that we've done is really showing through, maybe just slightly, but I also have a little bit of a shadow there naturally. So it might slightly be showing through, but definitely medium leading towards full coverage for this. But it is really pretty. I do like that satiny finish that it's providing. It's not feeling heavy on the face or anything like that. Applied pretty darn quickly, so I do like that here so far. I'm gonna go ahead and apply to the second half of the face here now. Okay, yeah, there is the full face of foundation put on. Good coverage. I had a little bit of a breakout going on this side here. I don't even, like, I mean, I can slightly see it in person here, but like, can't even really tell on camera. Face is looking covered. And again, it's not feeling super heavy. It definitely feels like it would need to be set down, and we don't have a setting powder. So I do wonder if over time that's gonna, you know, crease up or break up a little bit. We will have to see, but I think the finish looks really pretty, and I do really like the coverage that it's providing. I'm liking that a lot here. So let's go ahead. We're gonna let that sit for a little bit here. I'm gonna zoom you guys back in, do the brows and finish up the eyes, and then we will come back to finish up the rest of the face products. Let's go ahead and do the brows here now. So I've got 2 brow products. The first brow product we are going to use is the Good Brow Day Waterproof Pen. Very exciting. So this is a pen, and this comes in 3 shades. They have a soft brown, dark brown, and soft black. I went with their soft brown option here. And this shows on the website, let's see. Our waterproof eyebrow pen glides on seamlessly to create fine hair-like strokes, perfect for everyone from beginner to pros. So it should be seamless and easy gliding is what they're saying. So let me grab a spoolie here and comb through. Give this a good shake. And when we open this up, here is what the applicator looks like. It is a brush tip applicator, and let's try to do some swatches. This is always so interesting to do. And I think the color is going to be nice and soft, not too harsh or anything like that. Let's give her a go. There is one brow here, somewhat done. Definitely a soft brown, like a cool tone brown, which I think works really nice for blondes. So I do really like the shade here. It is applying really, really nicely, creating those nice hair strokes. Maybe not as fine and defined as some other brow pens I've been trying out here, but I do like how it's applying nice and quickly. And then when running a spoolie through it here, it does soften up slightly, which is really, really nice. So looking pretty good so far. Let me go ahead and do the other brow now. All right, there is the brow pen applied. I do really like the soft, cool brown shade. I do think that this works really well for my blonde hairs. I think they're looking really good here so far. So let's do the next brow product, which is a brow gel. And for brow gel, we have the Good Brow Day Waterproof Tinted Brow Gel. This one comes in 4 shades: blonde, soft brown, dark brown, and soft black. So I did get their blonde shade. And this shade says it is a brow gel that will tame, hold, and add dimension to the hairs. Perfect for everyone from beginners to pros. So basically just waterproof, good for taming, and hold and dimension. So let's apply that into the brows. Oh, let me show you the packaging. Both of these, like everything has a really fun like hexagonal shape. So this, similar to the eyeliner, has a kind of more square shape, really, really nice. And then when we open it, we have a smaller bristle applicator. Here is the brow gel applied on one eye here so far. I think I'm liking it here so far. It seems to be lifting them, providing just a little bit of a tint. It's not altering too much of what's going on underneath. So far so good. Let's go ahead and do the other brow. Okay, zoomed you guys out here. The battery died and I had to swap it out, so I just zoomed you out. The brows are done. I do really like how they are looking. The brow gel is very soft, but I do think that the hairs are staying in place really, really nicely. So everything so far is still looking so good. Oh, I need to finish up the under eye, so I do need to zoom you guys back in. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab our beautiful eyeshadow palette. Something else that's really nice about this eyeshadow palette is it doesn't clamp. It's magnetic. It's so nice. Just a small little thing of that being magnetic I think is so, so nice. I don't even know where the magnets would be. Oh, it's right there. There's one little magnet right in the center. So nice. Okay. Anyways, let's figure out what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna take a ColourPop E18 brush and we're gonna dip into that first shade that we used as our transition, the shade Doll right there, and just blend this all along the lower lash line. All right, and then let's deepen things a little bit more by using that tawny shade that we used also on the upper lid, focusing that just a little bit more on the outer half and blending up. And then just to match with what we were doing up above, also taking that deepest shade Cozy on that just outer area, deepening that up right there. What do we want to do on the lower lash here? I kind of want to keep it really bright. I'm going to grab, let's use this guy. This is the ColourPop E20 brush, just a small little brush. And I'm going to start by taking this shade here, Quartz, dipping on in there and applying this along majority of the lower lash line, kind of like the inner third in the middle area. And then I think I'm also going to take that here and just continue it into the inner corner. Yeah, I think I want to keep the lower lash a little bit more subtle, a little more matte, and keeping it bright in that inner area there. I think that looks really, really pretty. So let's go ahead and grab that mascara again and apply that to the lower lashes. There we go. The eyes are now complete. I really think they look pretty. Loving how everything is looking here so far. So now let's zoom you back out and we will finish up the rest of the face. Alrighty, let's keep going on the face here. Next, we're gonna go into bronzer. Alright, next for bronzer, we are going to use their bronzer palette. So this is what it looks like right here. Opening it up, you just get a good option of bronzers, and I think one of them in here has a little gold flecks in it, but it looks like the rest of them are fairly matte, maybe slightly satin, but the one there at the end is the only one that I see as noticeable little glitter bits in it. So let's go ahead and figure out which one we want to use. I'm kind of leaning towards Cabo first. Let's try that out. I'm going to use one of our angled e.l.f. blush brushes here. Dip into Cabo and start blending that in. So there is just one of the bronzer shades, Cabo, and I think that is actually a pretty good shade for me. I might, just because it's a whole palette, try to go a little deeper with it. We're going to try that one that has the gold flecks in it. It is, I'm going to mispronounce the name here, Santorani, that guy right there. So just using the same brush, dipping on in and just adding a little bit of that for some warm glow. Okay, there we go. We are bronzed up. I think that's looking really, really nice here on the face. The foundation has set down slightly. It still has a little bit of a tack that I would like to have a powder for, but nothing is really spudging around here. But the finish of the foundation with the satiny kind of finish to these bronzers as well is so, so pretty. Like I almost feel like that glow there right here, like that's coming from the foundation mostly, but like the bronzer isn't taken away from that. Like, I don't know, the face is looking really, really pretty here so far. So that looks so, so nice. Let's go ahead now and let's do highlighter. We're talking about glow. Let's do the highlighter. The highlighter is a cream product and it looks so pretty. It is their Super Bloom Luminous Glow Liquid Highlighter. It comes in 2 shades, Sun Glow, and the one I got is their lighter one, Blossom. Look at this cute little thing. And the packaging that came in was really, really cute as well. So I am super excited about this. It has like a iridescent pink to kind of yellow kind of shift in there. It looks a little glittery, so I don't know how much that's going to show up. But it's got the tiniest, the cutest little dropper. Oh my goodness, I am super duper excited about this. So let's just try dropping a little bit of this on the back of our hand and see what we're working with. Oh my goodness. So that's that so far. Okay. Ooh boy, oh boy. Okay, it's not picking up as good on camera here as it is in person, but wowza, this thing shifts in every which way direction. Pink, gold, purple, kind of greeny, everywhere. And definitely can see little glitter bits in there. They'll probably show up on the face here. Let's just give it a go. I think I'm just gonna work off the back of my hand here because I grabbed a decent amount, and I'm just gonna kind of bounce that on. A little bit to the tip of the nose, a little bit to the cupid. I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, jeepers. I don't want to go too crazy with it having glittery bits in it. But now I'm going to take our blender and just kind of bounce over that a little bit. See if we can pull up some of those glitters and have it blend in. Alrighty, not sure how well you'll see that picking up here. The texture of it is very oily, but it dries down. I don't love all the different little glitters that are all over the cheek here now. That's not my favorite. But the shiny kind of oil glow, dewy glow, I think is really, really pretty. It's not heavy looking on the face. I don't believe that it's breaking up anything underneath. Maybe just a little bit over here. It's hard to tell. It's cute. I don't know if it's a highlighter for me. The packaging on this thing is just too darn cute. I could maybe see myself putting this on my eyes, kind of creating like an eye glaze with it. That could be really fun. But yeah, there's that. Let's go into the blush here now. The blush is also a cream blush. And for blush, I picked up the Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush. On the site, they have 3 shades. I went with the shade Bellini. And here's what this packaging looks like. Glittery top, super duper cute. Again, has this like hexagonal, geometric kind of look to it, which I think is so fun. I like how nothing is rolling around. That is something I super duper enjoy. So beautiful packaging. I feel like you get a decent amount of blush in this, guy. So I think that's nice. Let's see. It says it's a matte blush. Perfect flushed from within glow. So matte, but glow within. Okay. Lightweight, creamy texture, seamlessly blends to a soft, matte, natural finish. Okay. A little goes a long way. Good to know. Richly pigmented array of cocktail-inspired hues are totally buildable and universally flattering. Okay. So let's open this bad boy up. Oh, interesting. Okay. I haven't used them, but it looks a lot. It looks a lot, wow, like the She Glam. If any of you guys have used those, this big fat little doe-foot guy looks a lot like those, I think. So let me just put a little bit of this. Ooh, my goodness, pigmented. Ho ho. A lot blends out on the back of the hand there. Wow. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do with this, because I don't want it to go too heavy, is I'm gonna bop it on the back of my hand here. And then let's just use the same brush we used for bronzer. I'm gonna pick it up from there and kind of get it where I want it first, and then apply it to my cheeks. This is a pretty shade. It's a little bit of like a deeper, natural shade that kind of matches with the bronzer, but there's a little bit of a blushy flush in there. Blushy flush. Ooh. Isn't that cute? Ooh, I like that color a lot. That blended out really nicely. Yes, a little bit goes a long way. I feel like if I dotted this on my face, I would have kind of freaked out. It blends out really, really nicely though. Like the back of my hand doesn't honestly look too harsh. So I think if we did apply it directly to the face, we would have been okay. That is a pretty color. Yeah, soft matte. We are still getting a lot of the luminousness, the beautiful satin finish from our foundation that's coming through. So I do really, really like that. Awesome. Okay, we are on to the lips now, so we are getting to the end. I am very excited about this lip. So we purchased a lip trio for this. This is their Lips to Go 3-piece lip set. So typically when I do these faces, I just get like a lip liner and some sort of like lip color, whether it's a bullet lipstick or like a liquid lip, and just do the two. But we have a bonus and we have a lip gloss, and this gloss, ooh, I'm so excited for it. It looks so pretty. So I got their set. Imagine lip liner, Imagine liquid lip, matte liquid lip, and then the Imagine topper. I don't know if I want to spoil this for the lip gloss for you yet, or wait until we get to that step. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna show it off to you guys because I'm just too excited. So here's what the trio looks like. Lip liner, liquid, and the gloss. And this gloss has so many beautiful golden glitter flecks in it. I don't know. It looks so pretty. I don't know how it's gonna feel or look on the lips, but I keep staring at it. It is so pretty. So I want to swatch this because I am so excited for it. Alrighty. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, very interesting. It's got a brush applicator. Huh. Haven't used a lot of that. Don't know what I feel. Don't know how I feel. And it's very stiff, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. I hope you can see this. It's not picking up all the little glitter flecks in there, which might be nice. It might just look really, really glossy on the lips, but this looks so beautiful in person. I am super duper excited about this. We will come back to that. Let's apply the lip liner here. And so opening this up is a plastic applicator. Oh, it clicks. Very interesting. I like that. So it doesn't, oh no, I was just turning it the wrong way. It doesn't click. I was just turning it the wrong way. So it is a plastic applicator. It is a retractable applicator, fairly large. So I think that'll allow for quick application. I don't see anything like a sharpener on there, so this tip might start to round out, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and line and fill in the lips with this. All right, lip liner is applied. It is a very kind of bright mauve-y lip color. It applied really, really quick, really nicely. Feels really, really comfortable, not drying at all on the lips here. So I'm liking that so far. Now let's go in with the matte lip over top. I was wondering if this was gonna have a brush applicator like the gloss, but this does have a doe foot that has a nice little curve to it. So let's apply that. Okay, there is the matte lip applied. Looking very, very pretty still. I would say it's a little bit deeper than the lip liner, a little bit more fuchsia-y than the lip liner. Still feels pretty comfortable. One thing about that is the applicator is very scratchy. Not the most comfortable applicator to use, but I do really like how the color looks here on the lips. Let's get into the exciting part, which is the topper. Let's apply this bad boy. Alrighty, that is a fun, glittery lip. The lips look super cute, super fun. Still obsessed with how this looks and the glitter and everything. I don't like the brush applicator. It's very stiff and it's not easy to apply, and then the little like brush hairs kind of get all over the place and not the easiest to work with, but I do really like how the lips look. I'm still obsessed with the glitters. So I do think that's cute. And I do think we've got things tying together here, which isn't always something that happens when we put brand new faces together. But I think our look, for the most part, ties together. So there are the lips, and I believe that is all the products. Again, we do not have a setting spray to set everything down, but I don't feel like anything is really moving around. Tackiness is somewhat going away, but nothing is budging, which is really, really nice. I love how this look is looking so far. I would love to hear from you guys as to what you think of the look, but let's go ahead and start talking about the products individually here and see what we think. And before we do that, I want to tell you guys how much this full face cost. I meant to say it earlier in the video, but I was too distracted with how excited I was and how beautiful everything looked, so I totally missed. But that's okay. So this full face is under $100. This is under $100. And if we were able to get a primer and a setting spray, we also would have still been under $100, which is so, so cool and so exciting. But this full face was $86. That is amazing for a full face. And I think that just kind of goes to show what they said on their website, where they were like, quality products for an affordable cost, packaging and everything. To have that be $86 is insane. So I am obsessed with that price point. I think that is amazing. And for the performance of the majority of these products, that is super duper exciting. So let's break down the products here. The first one we went into was this conceal palette here, this cream right here. For this lightest shade, using it as a concealer and using it as a concealer and prepping the eyes with it wasn't my favorite. I would like to have some sort of, more normal applicator with a doe foot and to blend it out that way. So I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of like these top lighter shades here, but these two bottom creams were a lot of fun to do some like contouring and stuff underneath. I did really, really like that. So that was a lot of fun. They didn't necessarily show through with the foundation, but using maybe a more light coverage using a more light coverage foundation and doing a contour step like this, I think could be a lot of fun, and I think this would work out really well. So I do really like this. This guy is a yes. And then we went into the eyeshadow palette. Yes, absolutely yes. This eyeshadow palette is beautiful. I love the range of mattes that are in here and like the option of different types of looks you can come up with. You've got these more like warm red tones over here. You've got like a little mauve section here, and then you can also do something very like bright and still very neutral, and then these pops of purple. A lot of options here. So yes, yes, yes to this. Everything blended out really, really nicely. Loving that. And then we did the eyeliner. This guy right here, I do like how it's looking with the eyes, with the eye look that we created. And surprisingly, it is not bunching up in the crease as much as I thought it was going to. So that is really, really nice. It is very bright and pigmented, but I don't think I'm going to hang on to it. It was just a little messy to work with, and it does still look a little heavy and chunky on the eyes here, so I don't know that I would reach for it very often. So this guy is going to be a no. And then we went into the mascara. This guy right here, this very similar looking packaging. And I am going to say yes for now to it. I do like how the eyelashes are looking. They are a little bit more on the natural side, but with a couple of coats, I do think that they did get a little bit more volume. So I do want to play with it a little bit more just to see how it works with other eye looks, and see if I'll continue to see that volume with other looks that I create. Again, I do typically like a more dramatic eye. This could be really pretty for a more natural look. So I am going to say yes for now to this guy. And then we hopped into the face and we applied foundation. This guy right here, I'm going to say yes to. I love the finish of it. I love that so far nothing is really bunching or crunching like in the forehead or anything like that, and that's also with it not even being set down. The finish of this is so, so pretty. It is a full coverage foundation just with one swipe. Like I didn't even really need to go and build up in any other places, and I think it covered everything super duper nicely. It covered our little contour base that we had done previously a little too well. So I love the coverage, I love the finish, I love how comfortable it's feeling on the face here. So this is definitely a yes. And for the brows, we used the Good Brow Day waterproof pen. This is also a yes. I really like this soft brown shade. It applied really, really nicely, and you can kind of work with a spoolie with it, and it softens it up very, very nicely as well. So this guy is a yes. And then also the Good Brow Day waterproof tinted brow gel, this one in blonde, also a yes. The brow hairs are staying in place really, really nicely. Nothing is feeling heavy at all. Yeah, I think the brows are looking really, really nice, and those two products worked really, really well together. So this guy is also a yes. And then next we went into the bronzing palette, this guy right here. And I am gonna say yes. The two shades that we used, Cabo and Santorini, those two shades I think worked really, really well for me. I don't know necessarily how much use I'll get out of all of the shades in here. But sometimes palettes like this can be really nice to hang onto for like eyeshadows and things like that. So I liked how those two worked. So I'm gonna say yes to that, and hopefully I'll end up getting some good use out of the other shades as well. Then we went into highlighter. Oh man, this cute little highlighter. For a highlighter, I'm gonna say no. It's just a little too glittery for the face, and everything else honestly provided a nice glow already that I probably didn't even need to use a highlighter. But I don't think that I would use this as a highlighter again. I am curious to use it on the eyes though. I want to see what that would look like because it is so cute and so pretty. So I'm gonna say yes for now. And see how it works on the eyes. And then we did the blush. This guy right here, oh my goodness, yes. This blush is beautiful. I love this Bellini shade, super duper pretty. And I love, even though it's super pigmented, it blends out so nicely. It doesn't dry down too quick or anything like that. And it seems to be staying in put really, really nicely as well. So this guy is a yes. Then we went into the lips, and for this little trio, the lip liner, I am gonna say yes to. It applied very nice, very quick, felt very, very comfortable on the lips, so I really, really enjoyed that. This guy is going to be a yes. And then for the matte lip, I'm gonna say no to this guy. The color is really, really nice. I've found myself not using a lot of matte lips anymore, even though they're coming back around. People are getting back into the matte liquid lip again. But mostly the applicator on this guy was just very uncomfortable. I have other similar shades in my collection as well, so I just don't think I would grab for it too often. So it's gonna be a no. And lastly, our little bonus product, our lip topper. They don't call it a gloss, I guess. It doesn't dry down or anything, but yeah, lip topper. This is really, really pretty. So I'm gonna say yes to this. I'm also kind of curious. No, it probably wouldn't work on the eyes. It'd be too tacky. It's just really pretty. I like the flecks and the beautiful glitter colors in it. Feels comfortable on the lips here. I do wish it just had a different applicator. That is a little bit messy, so I don't enjoy that, but so pretty. So this is a yes. And that's all the products. We are only passing on 2 of these products, and everything else we are hanging on to. I am beyond happy with how majority of these products worked out and how everything worked with each other. Super duper happy about it. I would love to hear from you guys down below as to what you think of this look. Have you guys used any Profusion products before? Do you have any favorites? Let me know down below. And that is gonna be everything for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you wanna be notified of the next time that I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you have any brand new face recommendations, I would love to hear from you guys down below as well, so we can add that to the list of so many brands. And that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.